first question is, where did you get your dog? And Honey, she is the eldest, so we'll start with her. Honey was before my time, as in before I was with Chris, before I moved into the house. Honey came after Cutie, which was Chris's first dog. Honey is a few years younger than Cutie. They don't know exactly how old she is because she came from a pound. And she would probably be about 13 in human years. So she's a little old. And Ash came from a kennel. He came from a kennel in Alabama. And we drove here from Pensacola, Florida to a small town in Alabama, which the entire trip was about the entire day. We drove all that way just to get Ash. Well, getting away. We are not happy about where he came from because when we got there and checked on the dogs and where they were living and staying, it was not ideal. Their website, however, made us believe otherwise. Long story short, we probably won't do that ever again. We believe that we saved Ash because he was in a very bad place, so we brought him to a good home, just like Chris and his mom did with Honey. But we probably won't be doing business with the kennel again. How old is your dog? Well, Honey is 13 and Ash will be 1 year and 2 more months. So we are so excited, and I'm going to throw him a big birthday party. Were their previous owners? For Honey, there were previous owners, and from what I've been told, they were not very nice. In fact, I was told that she was delivered to the pound in a trash bag. So when anyone is changing the trash or taking the trash out or shaking a bag, she is very just stir crazy, and she doesn't like that at all, and I don't blame her. Ash had previous owners, yes. He didn't really have owners. I mean, his previous owner was his mom. Aren't we? Are we good parents to you, buddy? Do you love us? Do you love mommy and daddy? Can you shake? Good boy. You shake once and that's enough, huh? Yep. Oh, baby boy. He's tearing his ears up. The next question is, do your pets get along? And that's kind of a difficult question. Honey was really excited about the puppy. She protected Ash whenever he was smaller than her. What? There's doggies barking. There's doggies out there. You gonna sit right there? So, back to what I was saying. Honey had been in charge when we first brought home Ash. Honey was very happy because there was a new friend to play with. And the reason she didn't get along with Cutie was because Cutie didn't like to play. Cutie was the older dog and she just wanted to chill. She's gone several years without playing with another dog. And then Ash comes along. Honey kind of had to be gentle, and she learned to love him because she had to protect him. But once Ash started to realize that he could play and this was his sister, he started to get a little too aggressive and we had to get on to him a lot. And Honey doesn't really seem to like being around him very much because she's older and she realizes that she's too old for that. She doesn't really want that in her life. So Ash is always trying to provoke play, and Honey's always just trying to lay down and not do anything, as you can see. But when Honey's in a good mood, she will play a little bit. So they get along. They get along as much as she has to get along with him. Cutie passed away shortly after I moved into the house. and it was only Honey for a while, so I bonded with her. Then when we got Ash, he was my baby, so of course I was more partial to Ash because, you know, he was a little baby, he needed more caring for at the time, and now that they're both essentially the same, like they're both equal, I guess you could say, I don't really favor more. I mean, depending on what moods both of the dogs are in, they're more fun to be around. I mean, right now Ash is being very overly excited and he's itchy and all over the place. And Honey acts the same usually. She's always, you're drooling all over the place. Down. 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 Good. Silly. Stay. So Honey usually acts the same. We usually prefer cuddling with her at night when it's time for bed. And we usually don't with Ash because he usually is acting this way. But that's okay, he's a puppy. He's only a year old almost. Don't let it get to your head, you're not a year old yet, okay? You're still a little puppy. You're still a little teen. You're not a big boy yet. Well, you're physically big, but you're not grown. What do you feed your animals? Well, you're really supposed to give your dogs puppy chow until they're a year. So that's what Ash has been eating, and Honey eats it also. Chris's mom used to feed her dollar store food, and since we got Ash and we've taken on dog care responsibilities, we feed Honey and give Honey all the treats and stuff that we give Ash. Recently we have started to introduce Ash to dog chow because that's what he's going to progress to next, and we just give him a little bit with his puppy chow right now. We want to go ahead and give him a month to adjust to it because he's almost a year old, but we still give him puppy chow, and it's about the same price. What kind of treats do you give your dogs? For training, I give Ash these, they're organic cheese stars. I made a recent video about them. And he likes them. He likes anything he gets to eat, you know. Most dogs do. They're little organic training stars. And on a regular basis though, I'll give him just treats I get at Walmart. I don't really go to Petco just for treats. Probably should, but I don't. They have their own treat bin right here. These are old treats. Ash has recently been sleeping in our bedroom with us. He doesn't get on the bed and sleep with us because of his flea problem. He sleeps on the floor. He doesn't go to the bathroom in our room on the floor. He's potty trained, and whenever he does need to go, he usually wakes us up with his tongue in our face, and it's very obnoxious, but we're glad he does. He just sleeps on the floor, you know. Sometimes Honey and him sleep in here with us, and they don't have any issues. They get along very well. Are they allowed on the furniture? They are. In fact, they basically own our couch. We shouldn't let them on the furniture either, but Honey has always been allowed on the furniture, and we can't teach her not to get on the furniture. And Ash learned. But if we tell, like when it comes to our bed though, Ash or Honey don't get on our bed without being invited. We usually tell them up, and they know. They're allowed to get on the bed, yay! But they never want to get off, so there's that.